Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been great. I don't know how it is for you guys, but it's been stellar. I just got back from the grocery store. I was wearing my mask, fogging up my glasses like you wouldn't believe. It was a good experience overall. Not that I would recommend it specifically, but it wasn't that bad. So things are looking up in the world, you know. But today I'm gonna be going over a very special plant. Fairly special, you know, they're all special, so everybody is equally special. Sorry. It is the Tradescantia Pallida. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. The common name is wandering Jew or walking Jew. I feel weird saying that just out loud. I don't know why. I'm like, that's such a weird name. But that is the common name. That's what we're talking about. And this plant is quite the weed. Like almost literally it is basically a weed. It just goes insane. You know, I've had this is the first time I've had this variety. This is the green and white variety. And I've also had its cousin. I don't know if they're direct cousins, first, second, I don't know. The purple wandering Jew or Tradescantia. I think I'm saying it wrong, I'm sorry. I've had the purple one as well, and that plant is, it cannot die. It cannot die. No matter what you do, no matter where you put it, outside, inside, that plant will never die. I've had this one plant, its purple cousin, outside for quite some time now. I have never been so amazed by a plant. And my mom grows it a lot as well, and she is so sick of it because it overpowers the pots that she puts it in. It's just so destructive almost. Very healthy, very sturdy, and I'm just going to be going over basic care tips for how to take care of this guy inside. I don't think this variety is quite as strong as the purple variety, because the purple variety has like fuzzy leaves. It's probably a little more adaptable. This guy, I feel like the leaves are a little more fragile. Can't take quite as much direct sun, but we'll go over that. So let's get into it, shall we? First things first, hair flip. So this is the green and white variety, and it's kind of, you can't see it very well on screen, or maybe, I don't know, it's just a small screen that I'm looking at, but maybe you're like, I can see it loud and proud. But basically it has very fragile little vines, like they snap really easily, so you can't manhandle this plant as much as you would think, because they just like instantly, and it's the most heartbreaking sound when you snap a stem. You're just like, and then I get really upset about it. I just stare at it for several seconds, about 7 seconds, and you're just like, what did I do? What did I do? I'm a monster. And then I get over it. But luckily this plant, it starts rooting really easily from cuttings. It's like very prolific in that sense. Just reproduces like crazy. So it's very, it's not the end of the world if you break it. You know, your heart will break a little bit. But the light for this guy, it likes very bright light. Maybe even a little dappled direct sun, but just ease it into it obviously, because you don't want to overwhelm this plant. Its leaves are very thin and fragile, and usually when leaves are thinner like this, you want to be careful with direct sun. There's just certain textures where you're like, I don't think they could handle it, you know, like they're not thick enough. You gotta have that thick skin, you know? But I basically rescued this plant from the nursery, so it's been bouncing back. It looked real bad when I rescued it, but it's been bouncing back, and its leaves are finally like perking up a bit, because I repotted it and it looked pathetic. It looked like it was like, ugh. It looked white. It turned like pale, like it was in shock. But now it's finally perking up again. So I have this plant hanging about 1 foot away from my south-facing window, but to the side. And that seems to be the perfect amount because it gets just a bit of dappled direct sun at the end of the day, which tends to be hotter. So I draw the blind, so it's just a little sliver, you know, and it hits the leaves, and that seems to be like kiss the air, perfect for them, because they're finally perking up. And hopefully I'll start to see more of these stripes. The more light they get, obviously the more variegated they will become, and that's just for every type of plant out there. So that's the goal. I want to see it. I want to see the stripes. So the soil for this, I would recommend a mixed soil. It doesn't like super dense soil. It likes fast draining. I know for its purple cousin, Cactus mix is recommended across the board for that plant. It's very drought tolerant. This guy will show you this particular type of Tradescantia. It will start drooping and you'll be able to read it very easily when it's thirsty. So once it does that, give it a drink. And that kind of routine with it seems to be paying off because it's big. She's real big now. A lot of hair happening. It's a little crazy, but you know, can't get haircuts in the quarantine. So that's the type of soil, and you want to wait until the top of the soil is very dry, which it is. Wow, it's really dry. But even if it is dry, it might still be like wet and lower in the pot. So that's why I recommend waiting until it gets a little droopy, not too droopy. Don't wait too long. That's like torture, but just like a little. And then give it a good drink, soak her, and then she'll bounce back and look stronger than ever. So as I said before, propagating this plant is super, super simple. It's almost equal to the coleus and how prolific it is and how easily it can root. This plant tends to get very leggy over time, so it's not the type of plant that'll bush out and like look that way forever. The longer it gets, the more like empty it becomes up top, and it's just like very leggy long stems with barren branches. So when that starts to happen, it's good to give it a haircut. Like down here, you can see this is a good place for roots to start growing, this little knob right here. So you just want to cut it below this and start rooting it maybe separately in water, or start it in dirt as well. Once it's rooted, you can put it back into this pot and that'll thicken it out quite a bit. That'll make it a lot bushier and not quite as leggy looking. This plant, I was just letting it adjust after I rescued it from the nursery. So I haven't started doing that yet. I'm just letting it adjust to that space up there for at least a couple months, and then I'm gonna start probably propagating, and I'll make a video about it. How about that? So just look out for that. This is a plant you'll eventually have to propagate and continue on, and they do die off. You know, these branches, they will die off inevitably, so that's why you want to make sure you're staying on top of propagating, at least in the spring or, you know, the warmer months, and that'll really pay off. So it's almost summer and it's been cooler here, so I'm waiting until it starts to really officially warm up, and then I'm gonna start fertilizing my plants. But this guy, I don't know if it necessarily needs fertilizer. It's so prolific and aggressive when it comes to growing, so I don't know if you necessarily need fertilizer, but I'm gonna try it out, and then I'll, you know, make an update video when I propagate this plant. I'll let you know if I noticed a difference with fertilizer or not. For now, in the cooler months, no fertilizer for this guy. So that's it for my Tradescantia. I can't say it without a weird accent. I don't know why. It helps. Let me know what you guys think. I know this isn't the most common plant, but it's a great one to have in your house. It just, the perfect vining plant for on your wall. So let me know what you guys think. Thank you for watching. Thank you to all my new subscribers. I can't believe I'm over 600. That's just like, wow. I'm getting sweaty. So thank you guys, and a good sweaty, you know, like just like, oh my God. Anyway, okay. Stop over-explaining. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. Please like and comment. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you want to see. Please stay safe. I hope quarantine isn't driving y'all too crazy. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.